start and then you finish. Okay. Hello, this is Troy,
T-Roy,
with another Wednesday night devotion. We are coming to you from the comfort of our living room. Tonight's passage of scripture comes from Matthew 22, verses 37 through 39. It says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself." In my office, I have three signs that read from right to left in Aramaic. It says, "Love God and neighbor." I put them there at the beginning of Lent to remind myself of what Jesus said was vitally important. Now, we live in a world that can be very unfriendly, very competitive, having sort of a dog-eat-dog mentality. We often judge others too quickly and are hesitant to let anyone close to us out of fear of ridicule or rejection. Each of us have been treated unfairly at times, and we ourselves have treated others unfairly. In an ideal world, everyone would love everyone. That's the way of Jesus. Unfortunately, it's not often that we see people treat other people with an outpouring of love. As most of you know, 2 days ago, several tornadoes tore through Ringgold, Chattanooga, and Cleveland. At least 3 families from our church have been affected by these tornadoes. The family worst hit by the tornadoes is the Farley family. 2 of our students, Caroline and Catherine, are part of that family. Scared to death, they huddled in their downstairs bathroom. Both parents shielded their girls from the storm. They survived in that bathroom while the tornado ripped their roof off, tore down walls, blew out doors, ripped their gas pipes in half, causing a very loud hissing noise and filling up what remained of their home with gas. This forced them to take shelter on their small front porch with only what they were wearing. Their brave father, Scott, was almost instantly nauseous when he tried to re-enter the home in order to grab necessities. So they were forced to sit in the cold, the pitch black, with downed trees and power lines all around them, and just wait. They were unable to assess the damage done to their home until daylight the next morning. It was then that they discovered that their home was basically gone. Even though the first floor remained, there was no roof, and the rain and wind had done severe damage to the entire house, including the inside of it. Walls were completely blown over, the roof torn off, as I said, and all of their belongings were thrown all across the yard and who knows where. It's hard to imagine what that must have been like for them. But out of this terrible tragedy, something very beautiful, something very Christ-like has happened. An enormous amount of people have sprung to their aid. It has been so incredibly inspiring to me to watch the church respond to this precious family. And I don't mean like the church as an institution or the church as like the church staff. I mean the people of the church. They've continued to act in love, extreme love, toward this family. People have brought trucks and chainsaws, boxes and garbage bags for cleanup. People have offered homes for the family to stay in, cars for them to drive, food for them to eat, money to buy clothing, etc. A Sunday school class even fed the volunteers as they worked. Camp Lookout even offered a cabin for them to stay in. To see all these people come together to help this family is a very beautiful thing. We know the Farleys will continue to grieve over all that has been lost. but we also know that the church will continue to lift them up. It's clear to me that Christ is here in the midst of all of this, that the outpouring of love is what Christ intended for us to display at all times, and perhaps a little more in times of tragedy like this. Our challenge for this devotion is to love God, who taught us to love through Jesus, and to love each other as ourselves. We love you, youth group. Love God and love others. See you next Wednesday.